How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So today, let's talk about the current Yak Track and whether or not Jagex is starting to go a little bit too crazy with the MTX, or whether or not we are just starting to worry for no reason, really. So obviously this is going to be pretty opinionated, this is just going to be my personal opinions on it, and I know that other people's are going to completely vary compared to mine. I know that MTX is usually a pretty controversial subject, and I would like to see what people have to say down in the comments. All I ask is if you are going to comment, then please do respect other people's opinions. You know, we can have a discussion without being toxic. I don't know whether there's a definite right or wrong answer to the MTX issue in Runescape or not, but you know, we can have a discussion about it. So I also know that I have a pretty small channel, and that realistically this video really isn't going to gain any sort of traction. However, as a community, I think, you know, if we all enjoy playing this game and we kind of see an issue that we want really sorting out, then, you know, we need to kind of talk about it. Even if this video only got sort of like 20 views or something, at least I know that I've tried to put my point across as well. But anyway, with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so this is genuinely the first time I've ever looked at a Yak Track, and that's really just because I kind of like to play the game however I really want to. I don't really want to kind of feel like I have got to do something just because the game is sort of telling me to, or forcing me to, I suppose. And usually for me this isn't really an issue if I miss out, because I don't really care too much about cosmetics, and the bonus XP and stuff that you get from the track itself is usually pretty mediocre. However, with this event, if you have the premium membership, then you have access to a huge XP buff. For every 5 tasks that you do during the event, you will get a 1% bonus increase to all XP while the event is on. So up until task 45, you will gain a 9% increase to all XP earned. However, if you do manage to do task 50, then you will gain an extra 16% on top of that, giving you a total of 25%. Now also, if you complete task 50, you will get 3 small knowledge bombs as well, which are a 50% XP buff for 1 hour each. Now, I have no idea if they stack, I'm assuming they do, and if that's the case, then you have 3 hours of plus 75% XP bonus. That's already pretty huge. However, that 25% that you get from hitting rank 50 is the entire duration of the rest of the Yak Track. Now, this is only a problem because it is technically viable to get all the way to task 50 without actually having to play the game. You can literally just buy bonds off Jagex and use those to buy skips and skip your way all the way up to rank 50. So as long as you're willing to pay actual money, then you can have a pretty much permanent 25% increase for the next 6 weeks. So this is really where my issue kind of starts with this. I personally don't really care whether people want to spend actual money on this game or not. That is entirely up to them. It really does not affect my personal gameplay. I literally could not care less if somebody wants to spend actual money and get a 99 before me or whatever, right? It does not affect me at all. However, I just don't like the way that Jagex starts to sort of implement these kind of things. Like, I think it was literally last week where they said, okay, here's a second chance to buy a premium membership or whatever, right? And then the week after they have this crazy XP buff that is only available to premium memberships, and also it's buyable. You know, I understand that Jagex is a business at the end of the day, and you know, there is maintenance costs, wages to pay, and all sorts, right? Like, I totally understand that. However, we also know that, you know, there's been new investors into Runescape, and, you know, they aren't going to put money into it unless they're going to get something out of it, right? Now, my problem isn't really with the XP buff itself. Like I said, I really couldn't care less whether somebody gets a 99 faster than I do. Like, I play this game because I enjoy it, and I'll take my time with it. And if somebody wants to chuck money at it so that they can get it faster because that's the way they enjoy it, then, you know, all the power to them. That's how they want to play, that's cool. But my problem comes with, where does it stop? You know, where is Jagex going to cross that line and say, you know, okay, we went too far? And you know, by then, is it going to be too late? You know, is that going to kill the game off? The problem is that there are already items in game that they could pretty much just sell, and you know, it would give people, I guess, double XP and all sorts of things, right? My alt account that got locked out during the whole login lockout, you know, it's got restoration pods. They give you double XP for 1 hour each. What's stopping Jagex from adding them to the store for, let's say, you know, $3.99 per restoration pod? You know, people are going to look at that and go, oh, $3.99 for double XP for an hour? Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. Maybe they'll end up adding that and people will be okay with it, and then they'll kind of turn around and say, okay, well, what else could we add? What if it doesn't just kind of stop at XP, right? What if it ends up starting to be gear? You know, what if they add sort of cool looking weapons or something that scale all the way up to like level 90 or something, right? Now, obviously this is all, you know, theoretical and, you know, it may never ever happen. But honestly, the fact is, it also might. The problem is that investors start to be the ones that dictate what happens. They put the money in and they want more money out. They are not people that really care about the game, they're the ones that care about the money. RuneScape on mobile is such a huge opportunity for the game. However, it's becoming more and more noticeable that the MTX store is very heavily sort of pushed towards the mobile users. I just really hope that they don't start adding more things that I guess are pay to win. I don't know if I really like using that phrase in RuneScape because you're not really winning if you're buying your way to the top. Levels and gear don't really mean anything in this game if you don't know what you're doing with them, I guess. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be plenty of people in the comments basically saying, you know, if you don't like it, don't do it. And like I said before, I really don't care about the XP, that's not really the issue here. Like I said, my issue really is, you know, where does Jagex stop with this really? People might say, you know, don't use it, but one day Jagex might add something that you really don't like either. And then there's going to be people saying to you, you know, if you don't like it, don't use it. So, you know, I don't know. It's, where does it really stop? I think we can all agree that, you know, we enjoy this game, we all love how it is, and we don't want to see it sort of disappear, right? You know, I personally don't want to see the game fail just because of investors wanting a quick cash grab. Anyway, at this point I'm just kind of rambling, and I don't really even know if I got my point across. But I would like to see what other people have to say on the matter, so do comment down below. Like I said at the start, you know, we can have a discussion without being toxic, so please don't start flaming each other just because you have difference of opinions. If you did enjoy it, then please do like the video, it would help a ton by getting it into the algorithm. I do really want to see what people have to say on this. Dislike it if you dislike it, and do subscribe if you are new. And as usual, I'll catch you in the next one.